Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm gonna show you how to make a song in FL Studio if you're just starting. And today, uh, I'll be using just stuff that are free. Like I'm gonna show you how to get these packs, and I'll also try using just free stuff. Like I do have the paid version of FL Studio, so you can see stuff like all these instruments that you may not have, right? But I will be using only stock instruments. Like I'll be using the Citrus plugin. I don't know if you guys see it, but yeah, that's there it is. So I'll only be using stuff like this. So let's, without further ado, let's just get into it. So how I like going about making my songs are, um, I like starting off with a melody, like just a simple basic 4 bar melody, starting with like your 4 bass notes. Let me take my one of my favorite sounds in this citrus pack. It's called the electric. It's the electric piano. So let's say we're going to the sorry sounds. So it has that nice reverb sound. You hear that? Like it sustains for a bit, and that's the part I like about it. So let me just pencil in a few notes. Like if you do have a MIDI keyboard, that would be really helpful because you can actually play it and record it in using the record. But normally, what I like doing is I like first having a completely filled C, F, E, G is what we said, right? Honestly, right now I kind of like it, but I think I'm gonna move it down. So normally, what I do is I copy it. That adds that layering effect. You hear that? And now we got our bass notes. So now what I like doing is I like trying to make a rhythm out of the bass notes. So either you can leave the bass notes as it is, and the notes you play above that sort of as a counter melody or something that's layer adding to it. When you play that, you can sort of put notes in to make a rhythm, or you can just cut stuff out. So you could just like splice in the middle, and that instantly makes a rhythm. See, if I just splice everywhere, you're going to feel a rhythm that's coming from the beat itself. So what I can do is take like something that's a pad or something that's sort of has a something that some sort of sound that complements this and play the same notes in there just to give it like a more full feeling. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me add another citrus in because we are only using citrus right now, are we? Only so let me add no citrus in. You guys can't see all the presets and all because that's the way OBS works on my laptop. But yeah, so I'm basically choosing a pad that sort of complements it. So the notes were let's just go with this for now because it sounds good. But what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go and I'm gonna play these exact notes. And only here I'm going to hold it, click Alt, and just lower the volume a bit. So let's just leave it at that for now, and let's pencil in. So the first thing I like doing, I always like. So since we are using free sounds, normally I'd go here, go to Legacy. For those of you who do have it, the paid version, I'll go to Instruments, Drums, and choose like a hi hat from here, right? But since we are using, I'm going to use some of the free packs I have downloaded, and I'm going to take on these hi hats. Sorry. Let's just use this hi hat for now. sounds good, and let's choose a good, like a really strong kick. There's a lot of bass. Yeah. So now what I would do is I'd add another snare in. So with this snare, normally what I do is I layer it. Let me try finding like a. Yeah, so I added an open hat just to give it that layering. So we haven't mixed anything yet. We haven't layered it. We haven't put it in. So I think we're done with all the different layers we need. Now it's time to mix it. So just shift click over here. Normally it selects, I don't know what's happening, and then click Control L. It opens up the mixer with all of these sounds in it. So normally I don't mix any of the hats except maybe the kick, add a reverb in to sort of, I love the drum room reverb because it's very clean, make it a little more wet. I cut a little more, add a bass and make it a little more damp. So then you hear that. I think there's 2 more layers we could add. I think we need to add an 808 and an acoustic bass just to give that kick. But let me also just add an EQ in and maybe cut out some of the higher volumes. It's like, so yeah, so that's that. So also on the electric, what I think I'm going to do is, first of all, let me add Isotope Vinyl. It's a free plugin and it just sort of gives it that grainy, literally a vinyl feeling. So normally I just fiddle with this. I don't really know the rest too. But I don't know how that sounds, because let me go to the, let me see how it sounds without it. Oh, that sounds better. Let me add the isotope vinyl here. Normally I put on a lot of my songs because you see that just adds another nice effect to it. Let me EQ the lows out of this. There's also another preset I really like. Let me show it to you. I just really love it. Let me add a sound good here. Yeah, I like this one. Go a bit. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave this. But what I think I could do is add low speed, which sort of, let me show you what it does. So half speed is always, I normally try checking it with half speed, but I can't. Let me just try using a half beat gate here, yeah, and lower the volume. But basically what it does is, if I switch off all the other noises here, you can hear it. But if you do it correctly, like lower the volume a bit with a half beat gate, You hear that? Fades in and out. It sounds really nice. For just one part of a song, that sounds pretty. That sounds okay, but normally a song has multiple layers. So what I'm thinking is, first of all, let's just add the 808 in, and like so. What I do is I go to instruments, bass, this acoustic guitar. I take the. Let me just go to. Let me just go here. Control AC, move it to acoustic, and just paste it in and lower it. And what I do is I go to the mixer. Let me just put it into the mixer. Let me just. Sorry. Control L. It's in the mixer now. Let me just go to the mixer. Let me add in this reverb, which is very important. You gotta make it super wet. So you can't really hear it, right? Which I have no idea why. But if I do move it up, you hear that? You hear that? It's there. So that's why you need to add those effects in. This is the most important part. So what I do is I really hype up the bass on this, so it may give it that over edited effect, but it sounds so good. You hear that kick? Yeah, so let's just add another 808 in. So that's in this Andromeda pack that I have. So there's, but I think I want to go something really strong here. So like this one really caught my eye for this sound. So this 808 is always the hardest part for me because it has to be perfect. Like whenever someone listens to a song, this is the part they focus on the most. So you gotta get this 808 perfect. So I do need to increase. Let me try layering this 808 with the kicks. Normally that works. So this is all we need for like a basic song. So then what you do is you go here, you click split by channel, and you have all the different sounds you need. So this is how your song is going to be. So normally what I do is you have these 3 layers, right? I like starting off with a layer, just like fade it into the song. Good, but let me add the hi-hats in here. Maybe that sounds good. So what I'm doing right now is just mixing the song, like putting it into a thing so you can have the different layers whenever you want it to come. I'm gonna add the claps and the oak snares in after this, and then I'm gonna cut it out and put the bass in so it gets a hit. You get me? So I don't know why I punched myself over there, but add this in, add the clap in, add the snare in, add the open hat in. So this is what it's gonna sound like. And then what I normally like doing is, obviously this is not like the greatest thing you could make, but what I like doing here is I just like cutting out a part over here, and then putting every single part of the song in. You get me? So like it's everything at once. So it's gonna get that kick in. Okay then, yeah, so this is everything in. I did take out a hi-hat over here, but it sounds better. Let's see if this sounds better without that 808. I'm just doing is pasting it over and over again just so I can make like the rhythm again and again. I'm not gonna make it too long, just gonna add the bass in once, then add the bass in once again, and then I'm just gonna remove the bass and then just leave it at the electric. So remove the kick, remove the, and then just one last time electric. So it's a very basic song, but this is how you go about making a song. So I'm showing you how the most basic steps you can do. So normally a song takes a lot more time. Let me show you another song I made before. I think it goes hard, but the bass should come early. It's very basic sound, but that's what you would do, and I would add in like the bass here. So one last time, just playing it. Yeah, so that's that. Let me just to give you another idea of what a like a. Let me save this first. As maybe let me save this and let me open another one. Let me just open another one to show you guys what like a properly mixed file would look like. So yeah, so I did a lot of layering for this one. So there's 3 different patterns in it. So like there's all these different patterns. There's all these different things you got to mix. So you have all these effects on these things. So this is how you gotta put a song in properly. You gotta let me play a few ones. So when we thought about recording like words over it as well. So this is a part. So that's why it's mixed in this way. So this is the part where you just talk over it and it kicks in. Then you have like an initial thing, a cutout where you put like your real punchlines in, then the bass kicks in again and it just sounds good. Let me play for you once. So you can see the different layers. Like this is the first pattern. So there are 3 different patterns. So, okay, this is the first pattern. This is the second pattern now. Second pattern. pattern again. Again, the first pattern. The second pattern comes a little bit later because it's with the rhythm. I don't explain it, but you'll see. And this cutting out part is a really useful tool you can have. Again, cutting out the second pattern just to show you how you could put variation in your song. You see, there's like it repeats over it. That's what I'm trying to see. And also another useful thing you gotta know is don't over edit your song. Like, don't put too much into it, because if there's not enough space, it's going to sound over cramped and they're not going to have that open feeling. But you shouldn't make it too bare, because then what's the point? You need to layer it somehow. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, there's multiple layers to this, like this and this plus the acoustic. So those are 3 layers here. The 3 layers. Then you have all these drums. So like this layer with this, and I think one more layered. This is an 808 layered with the kick again, the snare and the clapper layered. So there's like a lot of layering you gotta do that adds to your song. But that's about it. Like, there's nothing more you really need to know to make a basic song. And as you experiment with FL, you will learn more about it. But that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed watching. And if you want more content, do subscribe to the channel. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video.